What's good, guys? Welcome to Knøwn Unknøwn. Now, this is basically a true story that what I'm about to say because I experienced a lot of crazy stuff within my life. But this is basically something that happened in Louisiana, the original LA, you know, the OG. But like I said, this happened around 2005, around the same year Hurricane Katrina, but this is around the beginning of the year of 2005. And it was basically about a woman that did something crazy, and I'm gonna say it right now. But let's go. All right, so there was a lady that I know, and she was a cool lady. She always take me and my brother home and stuff. Miss Zimmerman. That's how I remember her name, Miss Zimmerman. I remember she used to give us snacks, and then we used to watch stuff in her class, like shows and all that. When all the other kids leave, and we're like, "Oh, it's not we the class favorite, we the student." You know, the what's it called? The teacher's pet. Whoever that is, kids be like, "Oh, you teacher, but shut up, shut the hell up." All right, so, fast forward. There was another lady that came, and the energy felt mad off because she came in the cafeteria because I was up in there. I was in like the square pizza, and then we had like that little square box chocolate, but I had the grape. You know, the grape was Masamenos, but like she came up in the cafeteria. And I remember Miss Zimmerman's friend was there because I don't know what she was doing, but she was like, something feels mad off, you know. And the lady came around, everybody looked at her like, yo, who is that? Like, she don't belong there. Like, she's mad off. And she was sticking out like a sore thumb. But she was like, yeah, I'm one of the substitute teachers and stuff for this year and stuff like that. And people was like, okay, like, what the? And I know people was going to the office just talking like something's off with that lady. She's weird. But I remember 2 weeks later, she had this band, and it was like this green, yellow, red, and black band. She said something special about you, and I want to give you this band because this probably connects with you. And I was like, okay. So the thing is, I put on the band and stuff. It fit well and everything. Nothing was bad, but within, I say a week later, stuff would start going downhill. Not gonna lie. Like, I was like, what the hell? Because every time I be around my buddies or somebody gets hurt. And somehow I get accused. I get in trouble. I be in timeout and stuff. I'm like, man, what's going on? Like, this never happened. I was like, they was like, oh, it's him. It's him. And I get mad. I ain't do nothing. And then, hold up. But I said, I ain't do nothing. And there was one incident that I remember my parents, I was pissed. I'm not going to lie. But this girl somehow, like, I was in timeout for some stupid reason, but while I was in timeout, this girl ran to me crying. I'm like, what the hell wrong with you? Get away from me. Because I'm sitting down on the concrete, you know, just waiting till the whole recess be over because we had to watch the kids play while we were on timeout. I said, you tortured son of a... Woo! But she cried and said, oh, and I was like, girl, get away from me. And then everybody was like, oh, what's wrong, girl? What's wrong? Oh, he hit me. I said, motherfucker, who hit you? And like, I didn't like, oh, thanks for the mess. Thanks. Appreciate it. But I was like, I didn't hit you. I'm in timeout. What you talking about? It didn't make no sense. And next, you know, they called my parents and stuff. I was like, y'all racist mother. Oh. And then this one girl had a crush on me. Oh, it's okay, my sugar plummy plum. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I was like, bro, this whole thing was like weird and stuff. And next thing you know, this one part of my house, there was like this little black hole thing. And I thought it was true because I went and got my cousin Alex. I said, Alex, you see that? I don't see nothing. So it was weird because every time I go close to it, it feel like something's grabbing my attention. Something's talking to me in that little black hole. And the thing that I caught on was, and I heard, because deep within my dream while I slept, it says every little tiny fear that's anybody in this house that's scared, that black hole grows. It expands. And nobody don't see it except you. But the thing that if they could see it, then they is a part of this certain thing. I forgot what it's called, but it only at nights they'll for sure see it, but in the morning all the way, you know, through the day they can't. But nobody didn't caught on, and I was like, yo, what's going on? And it's like an energy drain. So I think this lady was like a voodoo woman or something, or a witch. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if there's duendes in Louisiana or what, but there was these. I remember one night, and I remember I told my parents and my brothers and my sister about the story, because my brother said he experienced this creature. It was like a bird that barely lit up and stuff, and it was hiding behind a tree and stuff. And I said, yo, that's crazy, cause like I was flabbergasted, because I remember that time I pulled this heavy thing off the ground, and I seen these weird creatures like crawling and stuff, but I don't know if it was around that same time, but it was close. But yo, it was weird. Like this lady, she just be walking in the morning, early in the morning, to unlock the doors and stuff, and it's these little creatures that be like following her. And I was like, yo, am I tripping? And I don't know if she tells them to hide or what, but behind the bushes, I seen this skinny thing that looked like a monkey, and this other thing that looked like a big frog. But they look like they was like right beside the bushes right here, and there's another bush, but they're right there in the, like, there's an opening. You can walk right there. I was freaked out. I was freaked the hell out. And the lady, she was fumbling her keys like she was scared and stuff. I don't know if she was a part of it, trying to act like, oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know. But I was scared as hell. And it was like early in the morning at night, so it looked like shadow people. Like you could see it moving and stuff, and it was staring at me. And I was like, bro, I said, come on, help! I like the door, help! Like, bro, I was so scared, bro. And like, I don't know. I hope my brother remember what I told him about this story, but I think my sister know. Cause I remember I've been saying about to this day, and like, yo, like, I don't know what happened, but I think this other lady that was super spiritual, she caught on to this lady and said, "Nuh-uh, hey, back up." And like, she was having so much excuses about certain things because she didn't want me to be around that lady, and she said, just be around for this week and stuff. You're gonna be with Miss Zimmerman, the lady that was like, that's cool, because she ain't had no voodoo magic or nothing like that, but she was always like protective. But she said, yeah, you gonna be with Miss Zimmerman, and because she's gotta show you this and that. But really, like, the lady, she was actually the lead. Like, she said, hell no, I'm catching on, and she's spiritual, and they end up somehow firing this lady that I was with. And like, the thing is like, this lady was like, what's that on your wrist? Like, that looks like, she said a certain name. She said, oh no, this is not good. Is something's on there that you gotta take off or something. But I don't know if she told my parents or what, but she took it off, and I think she burned it. But after that, I went to my house where the spot of that black hole was, and like, it disappeared. I was like, what the, bro? It's crazy. I don't want to be saying these type of stuff because I'll be trying to, you know what I'm saying, not bring it back and stuff. But within time, I said, you know, I'm comfortable. I don't know if every, you know what I'm saying, these certain curses and stuff is broken and stuff. You know, it's like a lot of crazy stuff that was happening. But yo, I tell you, I'll be seeing stuff, and I open, they said, oh, third eye, what's the third eye, this and that. But that stuff, third eyes and all that stuff is real. Like, I'm saying, voodoo, the witches, the duende, you know, the gnomes, like all that, it's crazy. Like, I was shocked. Like, yo, what happened, bro? I thought it was a fever dream, you know. But yeah, that's crazy because it happened, like I said, around the year of Hurricane Katrina. Around that same year. But leave me y'all thoughts or what y'all think, and y'all tell me y'all stories. But I'm gonna have more within time. And I ain't gonna forget. I'm gonna keep having the original stories that inspired big horror movies and other stuff like that, etc. I'm still doing research and all that. And plus, I got my other channel. If y'all want to go subscribe to that on my YouTube channel called The Problem Child Knocks. The Problem Child Knocks. TPCN. But yeah, and the Knøwn Unknøwn on my YouTube channel as well. But other than that, hey, y'all have a good one. Don't flop, don't drop, keep it to the top and keep evolving by any means. But hey, peace, deuces, adios.